I've been telling a lot of people to come forward, to come forward. Now, those that are next to come forward are the crypto traders and the forex traders with small portfolio that are looking to relocate to Brazil. Crypto traders, forex traders, come forward, come forward. I have something for you. In this video, I'll be talking about the ideal minimum trading capital you need, the ideal percentage monthly profit that you need, and also I'll be talking about the most important thing to do. Make sure you watch this video to the end so you don't miss out on it. What's the first thing that we're talking about? The ideal minimum trading capital you need to trade and live comfortably well in Brazil. So for me personally, I think the ideal minimum trading capital you need is between $5,000 to $10,000 to trade comfortably well in Brazil. Now, 5,000 is like the least for me. Some people can still try to trade with something lower than that, but this is based on my own personal point of view. So $5,000 to $10,000 is the minimum trading capital I feel you need to trade. So now, what's the ideal percentage of monthly profit that you need to make? I think you need to make about 10 to 20% monthly profit. So 10 to 20% monthly profit. So now let's first get to $5,000. That's the minimum. That's the minimum of the minimum. So 10% of $5,000 is $500, and that's about 2,600 reais, which I've made a video on how you can live comfortably well in Brazil with about 2,500 reais monthly. So you see that still works. So let's now say you're making 20% of the $5,000. It means you're making about $1,000 monthly profit, and that is about 400 reais monthly. So it means you can still live comfortably with that 5,000. Let's say you're not trading with $10,000. What is the minimum? What is 10% of $10,000? You're going to be trading. You're going to be making profit of $1,000. That's the 10% of $10,000, and that's 5,400 reais. And 20% of 10,000 is $2,000, and that's about above 11,000 reais monthly. It means you are going to be having money to live comfortably well, and you also be having money to save, and to do other miscellaneous things or whatever things that come up. Maybe you want to run your documentation, you want to renew your residency, you want to do one thing or the other. You're not just living based on you want to just make ends meet. It means you're doing more than just paying your bills and doing other things and sorting the necessary basic things. So now I'm still going to go back to the monthly profit and some of the calculation. But what's the most important thing in this video that I said I was going to talk about? If you are a trader, it is very important you set aside 6 months to 1 year money for your living expense. You need to sort out a 6 months to 1 year living expense aside. Me, I always sort out my 1 year living expense aside. This is very important for you as a trader. And why do you need to set aside your living expense for 1 year or 6 months? Is because you don't want to trade under pressure. That is the first reason. You don't want to trade under pressure. So it means you have like your $5,000 or your $10,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 trading capital, and you have about $3,000 to $6,000 for your living expense for 1 year. So now, guys, how much do you think makes sense? I know some of you want to ask me how much makes sense to set aside for 1 year living expense. For 1 year living expense, if you're going to spend $500 monthly on bills, the bills, your rent, all sorts of food, and $500 monthly, that's about 2,600 reais monthly. $500 times 12 months, and that's $6,000 for 1 year. And for 6 months, it's going to be $3,000 set aside for 6 months. So it's better you set aside, let's just say 1 year, set aside $6,000 aside for your living expense. Just set it aside for your living expense. And that this also depends on where you're living in Sao Paulo. It depends on where you're living in Brazil. You can be living in the most affordable places in Sao Paulo. You might be living in the most affordable places in Brazil generally. There are some states that are very affordable, that are not expensive like Sao Paulo, because Sao Paulo is one of the most expensive states to live in in Brazil. You set aside $6,000 one year living expense. You have that you have the peace of mind to trade well. You're not going to be trading under pressure. You are going to have time to recover your losses should in case you see losses while you're trading your normal trading capital, your 10,000 or your $5,000. You'll be able to recover your losses very fast and with sane mind, because as a trader, you need the proper mindset to trade. You need to manage your risk. You need to make plans, and this is one thing you also note. Even though you set a plan to make 10% profit or 20% profit or whatever percentage profit in a month, you might not be making up to that percentage in a month. You might be making less than 10% in a month. You might even be making more than 10% or more than 20% in a month. It depends. And on some months, you might not be profitable as a trader. This is just the reality you face in the financial market, be it a crypto trader, and be it a forex trader. And you know what has been happening in the crypto markets recently? There has been some crashes and some dumps, and who knows if you are going to be if you are going to be trading, or you're going to be investing, or you're going to be doing all sorts. But I'm majorly talking about trading now. So the percentage profit, no matter the plans you make, that you want to make some percentage in a month, it is not sure. It is not sure. You might be making 10%, you might be making less than 10%, you might never be profitable for like 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. So this is why you need to set aside trading capital and living expense for 1 year. You have to set it aside so you don't trade under pressure, and you'll be able to sort out your bills, be able to make plans, and you'll be able to do other things. You have more time to do other things aside trading. So in case you have other gigs that are running to bring you cash. So this is the reason. Don't trade. You'll not be able to trade under pressure. You'll be able to recover losses should in case you see losses, and you'll be able to trade with the same mind. And also, there's something that I forgot. You will be able to also compound your profits. Let's say you trade in a month and you make 20% of your portfolio, or 30% of your portfolio. You'll be able to save more, compound your profit, and the more the capital becomes, from your 10,000, you'll be able to make 20%. Let's just say 20%. Your money has turned from 10,000 to $12,000. Now you're trading with $12,000. Now your capital has increased because you've compounded your profit from $10,000 to $12,000. And to make 10% of $12,000 is like $1,200. Or even if you're lucky again, to make 20% of your $12,000, it means you're making $2,400. And you add that $2,400 back to your $12,000 whatsoever you make profit, you compound the profit. And if there are losses too, there's a breathing space for losses, and you might not go back to your initial trading capital of you might not lose to go back to your initial trading capital of $10,000. So the question that I think some of you might want to ask me, for those that might have thought deeper as they are watching this video, is: are you going to be making money just for your living expense, to make your ends meet, or you are going to be making money also to grow your capital? That's a good question that I thought of, and I think some of you might think of it too. So normally, if you're doing two things, why you need to set aside another reason why you need to set aside 1 year to 6 month living expense is the fact that you want to be able to make money for the following year living expense and also grow your capital. So imagine you're making consistent 10%. Now, I said 10% to 20%. Now, let's just say with all the losses, with the profits, with the losses, and back and forth, let's say you are able to make 10% monthly, because some months you make 20%, some months you see losses, some months you make 10%, some months you make lower. But let's just say with the whole compounding effect, if you are going to look at the calculations, you are making 10% profit monthly. Now, without compounding, this thing is like a calculation. I don't want to do too much calculation. So let's just say you make $12,000 in a year from the capital of your $10,000. You make $12,000 in a year because you make $1,000 for each month, and that's 12 months. Now, without compounding to the capital, you're just putting your profit aside. You're not joining into the capital to compound it, to make it bigger for you to now trade more, because the calculation is going to be different. Now, from the $12,000 profit that you've set aside your trading capital that is somehow the $12,000 profit, you take $6,000 from that profit for the following year, for the living expense of the following year, and you have $6,000 left of profit, which you can now add back to your trading capital of $10,000 to make it $16,000 total capital. So in the following year, you're not going to be trading with $10,000 capital again. You are going to be trading with $16,000 capital because you made $12,000 profit from the $10,000 profit without compounding. Note, without compounding. So you remove $6,000 from the profit you already, from the $12,000 profit you made without compounding. You use it for living expense for the following year, the $6,000 living expense, $500 monthly. Then you bring the $6,000 profit remaining, you add it to the trading capital of $10,000. Now, the following year, you are going to be trading with a trading capital of $16,000. You have grown your capital. You have grown your capital. So gradually you go like that. But let's say you now want to compound as you're trading with $10,000 capital, you're making 10% profit. You are compounding from $10,000 profit, $10,000 trading capital. You made a profit of $1,000. You add $1,000 back to your $10,000. It means $11,000. So you are trading for the following month with $11,000. You make $1,100. You add it to the $11,000 is like $12,100. You compound. You are going to be making more than $12,000 profit over the year, and your capital will not be $16,000. It will be more than $16,000 because you've compounded. But in order to feel on the safer side, just set aside that money you're trading, your living expense for the following year. Once you've hit that target, set this aside. Don't try to compound it. So for you to also trade sanely. So in case you go and see some losses and back to back, the living expense for the following year is already sorted while you are still in the present year and you are still chilling. So it's always good to set aside the profit for that you use as a living expense for the following year. So now, the goal is not only to make ends meet, to only pay for your bills and all those things. You want to grow your capital. So that's why you have to put that $6,000 back to your $10,000 and make it $16,000. You just have to think about the box. Your ambition, I don't know your ambition. I don't know your trading vibes. I don't know your trading skills. So whatever plan you have, this life, you're not just living to just make ends meet. We are living to just do more than make ends meet, as I've already said. So this is just the practicable means of living in Brazil, with a trading capital of about $10,000 or $5,000. And for $5,000, people that have low capital like $5,000, you can also do the calculation. It means you have to work twice as hard. And you have a large sum of money, more than $10,000. You have like $20,000, $30,000. You have to also do your calculations and also make sure you trade sanely and also improve your trading skills. So guys, I always set aside living expense for 1 year. I always set this aside. So it helps me. And the way the year runs fast, you'll be so scared that January to December is almost done. You're about to face another year. And right now, the crypto market is not even doing well. I have not been trading actively. It's just once in a while I just do some little trades because I've only been fully invested into crypto and I'm not seeing profit yet. So, and now the year is about to end and I'm still trying to figure out how my living expense is going to be. But I know God is going to take charge. So, you see, I was not facing pressure before, but now I'm facing pressure because I'm about to look for living expense for the following year and just settle things. And I have some other projects I'm working on, to settle. For those that are wondering that I not talk about visas or anything in this video, I don't want to talk about visas. I'm not into that aspect. I don't know about visas, from Nigeria to Brazil or not sorts. The only thing that I think I can provide and some questions I can answer is some documentations in Brazil, how you can do some documentations in Brazil, yeah. And I've made some videos, I think January this year, about some of these things. So I don't want to talk about visas. I don't know about visas, Nigeria, whatever. I don't know, guys. So bear with me. So if you want to know about visas or all sorts, you can go and follow Manuel do Brazil on my guy Manuel do Brazil on YouTube, and you can follow him on Instagram, Manuel_Oluwafisayemi. So you can check some of his things. He has made a lot of videos. Just scroll through and you find all the things you need to know about visas. And there are other YouTubers that talk about visas. You need to find them. There are also Nigerians that talk about visas on YouTube. Find them and plug into them and check whatever things and ask them questions and hopefully they guide you. So I don't talk about visas. My own is just talk about how you can live in Brazil, some calculations, live comfortably well, do this or do that, and some other things about my personal vlog, some things, my own lifestyle. So that's just it. So I hope this video has been able to help you and not confuse you. So if you're a trader, you're welcome. If you're a forex trader or a crypto trader, you're welcome. This is just the practicable means to live and enjoy Brazil. Now, this is a disclaimer concerning this trading stuff. Not all months is guaranteed for profits. Some months you have zero profits. Some months you have zero losses. Some months you just break even. And some months you face losses, like losses. And make sure you don't have huge losses. Cut your losses fast. Don't have huge losses. First thing first as a trader is you have to protect your capital. Once your chips are out, trading is like a game of numbers, the money game. And once your chips are out, once you're out of chips, it means you're doomed. So don't be out of chips, don't be out of money. It means don't be out of cash. So make sure you protect your capital. Protection of capital comes first before profit making. So guide your capital very well. Don't let the market steal from you. And there's nobody that is doing you. Your village people is not doing you. The market holds nothing against you. And some of you that have been asking me, do I host, do I teach crypto, do I give signals? Before I do give signals, I do treat crypto back to back. I've been in the crypto space since 2017. I bought my first Bitcoin, open something Bitcoin back then when Bitcoin was still around $1,000. That was around March 2017. I've known about crypto since 2016 before I bought my Bitcoin, my first crypto Bitcoin, open something Bitcoin in 2017, March 2017. I still have the stuff safe on bitcoinwallet.com. And I bought it around on localbitcoins.com back then, localbitcoins.com. So, and I've been training since then. So I've been teaching crypto over time. As you can see, this is my brand stuff, Cryptoformatics. So I've been teaching crypto. This is my brand, Cryptoformatics. Back then I used to teach crypto. So a lot of people know me. I've taught a lot of people across Nigeria and some people maybe from West Africa and some people that are based in the UK. But since 2022, I stopped. I think late 2021, I stopped teaching. I just focused on myself, I was trying to travel and do some things. So now I don't know. I still give signals to some of my guys personally. And I still give some nuggets on my WhatsApp status. But my WhatsApp status is a very private place, so I can't share my number. So, and I still have my Telegram group, my close Telegram group somehow, but I've not been actively teaching or doing anything. So some people that are asking me, I'm still thinking about it. Is a lot of work to teach, and I need to build the passion for teaching crypto back. So I'm still thinking about it, but who knows? I think it's going to be based on the numbers of people that I end up seeing that say they want to let crypto or they want signals that now bring me out of retirement. So that's just it. And you guys are the one bringing me out of retirement. I don't want to teach crypto. I've replied a lot of people. I don't teach no more. I used to do this. I don't do that no more. But let's see. Just go and pray when they bring me out of retirement. So guys, with this viewpoint of mine, I think I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you that this and that is this and that. Peace out, guys. Thank you for always liking my video. Thank you for always watching my video. Thank you for always sharing my video. And guys, if you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you like this video. As you like this video, it's going to help the YouTube algorithm to push my video to other viewers. Peace out. Valeu, obrigado.